Attorney Deron Smallcomb here with Modern Law Group. Today we're going to talk about changing your temporary status into a more permanent status. So we have a lot of folks in the United States right now that came through different programs such as U4U or the CHNV program. So you've come basically on a visa or some sort of parole, and that time is coming to a close, right? It couldn't last forever. And of course, like most people, we wait until the writing's on the wall and we see that things are going to change before we start taking action. And so the moment is now to take action if you want to stay in the United States permanently. So how does that work, right? What options do you have? Well, for one, a lot of those programs were created to protect people from returning home. There's a permanent solution to that, and it's called asylum. And so a lot of people are looking to see what their options are under asylum to remain in the United States, right? So maybe if you're from Ukraine with the war still going on, or your political opinion, or your religious beliefs or something like that, you have a reason that permanently you shouldn't return to Ukraine. Now, each of these are on a case-by-case basis, so you want to discuss it in detail with somebody that knows what they're talking about to see if you do have an actual claim that is likely to succeed on the merits, which means that basically a judge is going to consider that your claim is valid and that returning you would be a danger of either persecution or death, right? So these are major issues, and we could help you make that assessment. Just, reach out to us and we'll be happy to talk with you about it. And the same is true for the CHNV program as well. So you have Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans that are also here that have issues with returning to their home country for similar reasons, right? And so an asylum claim might be appropriate there. And just to be clear, asylum will generally protect you for life. There are exceptions to that, of course, but for the vast majority of people that receive asylum, they never have to return. Ultimately, they'll get a green card and then citizenship in the United States. So it is the great process, really, for people that don't have many other options to start their lives officially in the United States. So we do a lot of these cases here at Modern Law Group. Our track record is extremely successful in processing these cases because we are very specific about the cases that we take. We don't take every case that walks through the door. We want to make sure that we could actually help you. If you're going to pay us good money to go to court and fight on your behalf, we want a high probability of success for you. All right, other options that you may have. Business-related immigration. Depending on how you entered, you might be able to change status in the United States to something like a talent visa or an investment visa or something along these lines. So if you want to open a business in the United States and have a little bit of money to do so, you may be eligible for what they call an E2 visa, which is where you open a business, you invest a certain amount of money, and you're essentially given a long-term visa to do so. Other folks may be talented in some ways. Maybe it's in athletics or business or the arts or something like that. And there are multiple levels of opportunities there, from longer-term visas to remain in the United States, all the way up to green cards for the most talented amongst you. And so we've done cases in the past, for example, where high-level people in their field, for example, we helped an Olympian get a green card through that process, and they were able to start their lives in the United States permanently because of that. They weren't a gold medalist or anything of that nature, but they did qualify at a high level in their sport, and that was enough. These are options as well. There are others. It's not just investment, it's not just talent, but each case is unique. And so if you think that you have something to offer the United States, if, for example, maybe your profession is something that is in need here in the United States, what we would say is in our national interest, there are ways that you could self-petition for what they call a national interest waiver. And this is also a path to a green card. So lots of folks in STEM or other high-level type of professions, we could help you with that too. We have several attorneys on staff. Lots of our specialties vary from whether it's asylum or family-based or business-related or talent-based. There's somebody that could help you and give you a fair case assessment. and we'd be happy to do so. And finally, the last path forward is generally the easiest, but not everybody has it, which is family-based. And so if you have an immediate relative in particular, which would be a child over the age of 21, a spouse that's a U.S. citizen, or a parent, if you are under the age of 21, that's a U.S. citizen, then you may be able to adjust status while you're here, which is just fancy terminology for you could apply for a green card directly and wait for it legally in the United States. So we do a lot of those as well. You may be eligible. Give us a ring or drop us an email. We'll be happy to talk to you about it. If we could help, we will. If not, we'll try to point you on the right path. Thanks for watching.